Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and a new video on the Highlands fishing DLC. So the current plan at the moment is to save up the money and get a bit of a discount on the plot for buying the windmill to start building that construction project, which is plot 60, here it is. Currently we've got a 10% discount, but I can get that up quite a bit more, so that's the game today, is to do a few more contracts for Walter, who owns the land, and get that up to at least 25%. The maximum I can get to is 35% on my settings, but 25 would be useful, so let's just try and get a bit cheaper, because it is a very expensive plot and you don't get any fills with it either, so I think it's worth working on it to try and get it down a bit in price, a bit more. Currently I've got the helper working in 26 for Walter, doing a ploughing contract, which is taking quite a while. It's only just started really, but it's yeah, it's still got quite a lot to do. So in the meantime I'm going to probably get some more contracts done. We've also got a helper in my field, field 36, doing some cultivating, getting this field prepared for the spring drilling. This was what was a cotton field, which we will not be repeating, obviously, because cotton is not grown in Scotland. But yeah, I just thought we'd get that harvested as it was a crop that was already in the ground, and then yeah, cultivate it in and replace it with a different crop. I was kind of thinking soybeans. I know soybeans aren't either grown in Scotland either, but they are. I know they're quite a cheap crop to grow, and they're quite profitable, so I don't know, I might do soybeans, but I won't do cotton. Otherwise it will be, well, sorghum. I don't know whether that sorghum's even grown in Scotland. Kind of limited really, because it's mainly just wheat, barley, canola, maybe corn as well in Scotland, so you're going to compromise a bit, maybe oats, but yeah, I know cotton definitely isn't, so we won't be doing that. Anyway, let's not worry too much about what crops to grow and get on with some contracts for Walter. So there's not a huge amount to do, but there are a few deadwood jobs and wood transport. I haven't done a wood transport job for a while, so I might do one of them. I can borrow the items and yeah, use that lorry. I can do that. So let's do that one. So that's just here. There's also another, well actually there's a few for Walter. There's a few jobs available, so that one I'll take as well, I think. I'll use the same vehicle. That one's not too far from the saw point, in fact, which is quite handy. So the machine will be at the shop, which is there, the lorry, and then yeah, there's a job there and a job there, which all needs to go to the carpentry, it looks like. So let's go straight to the lorry, which is here. And I'll go and load up with some wood from the two locations and get them delivered to the carpentry, and hopefully get our percentage reputation with Walter up enough to start to buy that plot for the windmill. Okay, so it took a bit of time to load the first load, so I thought I would use the little bit of a cheat and auto load the most of the second load anyway. So let's get that sold. There we go, and now we can collect those 2 contracts. So let's go to contracts, the completed ones, these 2. So we'll collect that one and that one. The ploughing is still going. It's only on 53% still. It's very slow. But yeah, there we go. We've got 466,000 in the bank now, and let's just check the discount on the plot over here. 10%. That's interesting. So some contracts obviously don't count towards that. Then it must be field work only that counts towards the discount. I thought I didn't see a thing that said gives you a bigger discount. Well, that's interesting to know for the future. So, well, it gave us some more money, so it wasn't a complete waste of time. But yeah, it was not quite what I was hoping. Shall we try a Deadwood contract and see if that works? I don't think it will, but we'll see. I don't want to borrow the items for that one. Let's just do it and see what happens. Of course, it is going a bit dark now, which doesn't help. It makes it a bit more difficult to see what we're doing, especially looking for dead trees. Yeah, let's go over there and have a look. So it's over in this area here. So I'll visit that area and I'll cut down a few of these dead trees. Hopefully I can find them all and see if we can get a bit more of a discount from that, because at the moment I haven't actually achieved any discount at all from doing what I just did. It would be good to take these trees back to the farm actually. I should have kept the lorry. I could have used that to move them. I could take them back to the sawmill and use them in sawmill production. I suppose it's not too late. I could take another transport job and just to get the lorry and move it with that. Might be not a bad idea. I wish it wasn't going dark though, that's the only problem. It's making it very difficult to see what I'm doing. Yeah, so is it worth doing that? I'm just thinking really, because otherwise these trees are going to get wasted really. They're just going to disappear once the contract's completed. So I wonder if it is worth getting the lorry again, doing one more quick wood transport job. I know I can't get any discount with those now, but at least then I would get the money, or I would put the trees into the sawmill, into my sawmill, so that I can get some more wood for them, for the mill, of course, and the castle productions. Yeah, this is where it's being a bit tricky to see what I'm doing here. There's one there. Is that one? No. This I can see 2. I don't know how many more there are, but that's 2 more. Right, 55%. That's not going to be all of them, is it? If I take this one down, that's going to be about 60-something%. There's quite a few here. More than normal. 66. Okay, so I need quite a few more. I'll go around and have a look, and then what I'll do, let's just check the contracts again. I'll probably take another wood transport job, just a smaller one, and yeah, I'll get I'll use that lorry to move the wood. I think I'm just going to try and get one that's close to the sell point, really, which none of these are. That's a shame. This one is close to where I am now, but it's not near the sell point. I suppose it doesn't have to be for Walter because he's not giving discounts, is he, for these jobs, but just take whichever's closest to the shop. That one, I think, even though there's more there. Oh yeah, that comes with the trailer as well, but it doesn't matter really, does it? I can do that, yeah, let's do that. I'll use the auto load, I think, to load it just because it's quicker. But yeah, I can bring the wood once I've delivered the wood to the shop, to the carpentry. I'll use the vehicle to bring these trees back to the farm, or at least I'll try to anyway. I'll see how that goes. This is probably going to be another fail. I'm just thinking about it now. It's probably not going to work, but I'll give it a go and see how we get on. I know I don't need to remove the branches, but it just makes it look easier to load. So yeah, I'll just look for some more trees to cut down here and then move the wood, and hopefully by then the ploughing contract will be almost finished, hopefully. Okay, so I've brought back quite a bit of wood, not all of it, but I've brought back a decent amount. I think it'll be enough, or nearly enough. 45,000 out of 50,000, so it's not too bad. Pretty much filled it up for free, so that's pretty good. Let's just check the sawmill. There we go. So yeah, 90% full. That's not too bad. Mostly out of free wood. It was about half full, I think, but yeah, not bad. So we're actually done with this now. I don't think I want to go back again for some more, so especially with it being quite dark now. We'll return that machine from the contract. So we collected 10,600 for doing that. And then yeah, do we get a discount, field discount for doing that one for Walter? Let's just have a look at that and see. I don't think it mentioned one, so it looks like it probably is only field jobs where you get the discount, and it's interesting to know. Yeah, still 10%. If and when this eventually gets finished, we'll get a discount for this. But yeah, it's taking absolutely forever. I never thought it was going to take as long as this, and we've only got 5 hours left before the contract disappears. So, yeah, I didn't know it was going to take quite so long. It's not a massive field, this. It's also quite a big plough as well, so I'm surprised it's taking as long as it is. I know it's going really dark, but I'll probably just take over and do this myself because I think it'll be quicker. It's just taking far too long. Let's stop the helper, and yeah, I'll do a bit of ploughing just to finish off. I'm not going to do it too thoroughly because it is only a contract, and as long as the field's covered, that's the important thing. I'll just drive around with the plough and try and get all the areas that it hasn't done yet. It's really only the headland that hasn't been done, so it shouldn't take too long. But I think it'll be quicker if I do it myself than if I get the helper to finish this off. So I'll get this quickly finished, then we'll move time on eventually to March, and we'll finally get some daylight. I do apologise about how dark it's been so far this episode. I don't like working in the dark so much, but I have to keep going with this contract, and otherwise it will expire and I won't get the money at all, or the discount. So yeah, got to get this finished and then we'll move on. There we go, so that's the contract complete, or at least it's not, the field isn't complete, but the contract is complete. So I've moved time forward now to the next day, and we can complete that, or collect that contract. There we go, so £9,000. We did get the 5% discount at that time, so we are 15% discount on the field, or on the plot now, which is better than it was. It's not as good as I was hoping it was going to be, but the question is, do I buy it now, or do I try and get another contract for Walter? Of course, it's got to be one where I will get a discount. That one will. The hoeing one will. That'll work. That is the only one. I think I will. I think it's sensible. So borrow the items, get a 20% discount then from the shop. There we go. So we'll get that done, and then that will be the field or the plot viable. Well, I can buy it now, but I want as much discount as I can get. So that ploughing took a lot longer than I thought it was going to. As you know, there, I thought it was going to be a quick little job there, but it's taken most of the episode and some of last episode as well, which is not good. But it's done now, and although the money was appalling, really, 9,000 for doing all that work. It took a long time for the helper to do that, but at least it is done now, and we got the 5% discount as well. So we'll get another 5% for this one. And then I think we'll probably buy it at 20% discount, because I think it'll be worth it in the long term. Right, where are we actually going? Let's just check the map and check to see which way this is. Oh good, it's not too far away, just down here on the right, field 27. So I think I will get the helper to do this. I'm sure I can find something else to do in the meantime on my own land, because I think it's March now, we should be able to start planting very soon, if not now. So I'll check what crops we can put in the ground and maybe start doing that. I did have the helper going on the cultivating as well, which must be finished by now. Certainly should be. I think I did see the pop up to say it had finished. Right, okay, we can get through in here. We can cut through the petrol station. Now this, yeah, okay, definitely get the helper to do this, and there's not even any visible weeds, so I'll never have any idea where I've been and where I haven't been, so it's definitely better to get the helper to do this, assuming it's going to work. Should do. But yeah, it's a bit weird not seeing any weeds. This looks like a potato crop. It's quite high ridges there. And of course, yes, in real life, if you drove like this across all the potato ridges, it would destroy them. So this is totally unrealistic as well. It's a bit of a weird contract this, but I'll leave it going on a helper. Luckily it's not my own field. Here we go. So yep, the helper here has finished my field. A few little missed bits there. I'll just try and get most of these. And then yeah, let's check to see what crops can actually go in the ground in March. I think oats can. Oh, missed that. Yeah, I think oats. We need to do onions as well. We've got the onion field to do. Let's just check the calendar. There is rain on the way as well. Okay, in March we can do onions. Yes, we can. Sunflowers, sugar beet. I think we can do oats. Yes, oats. Okay, so there's quite a good range of stuff we can plant this month, so that's good. So I'll make a start on maybe doing the onions. I think. Oh, they've glitched again. Somebody pointed this out last time. I didn't notice it at the time, but yeah, this is weird. This tractor, the mud guards on the front, they seem to glitch a bit sometimes. Doesn't do it all the time, but occasionally I see that it's done that. Very weird. They kind of go under the ground. It's supposed to be over the top of the wheels. Anyway, that's done. So let's take this back to the yard. And I'll make a quick start on the planting until the helper's finished the hoeing, and then we'll get that mill finally bought for that plot. So I don't want to drag it on any more episodes. I think we've been waiting long enough to buy that now, so I will buy that after we've finished that hoeing contract. Right, so the helper has almost finished the hoeing. Let's just stop the planting now. I've decided to do sunflowers in this field because it's a smaller field. We don't actually have a sunflower header at the moment, but I'm sure we can lease one or buy one before harvest. There we go, 20% discount on Walter's job there. So we can now buy that plot. Yeah, in the field next door, because I've already cultivated it, it makes sense to do a planting job, and I've leased the planter, so we'll probably wait until next month and then do soybeans in that one. Onions in that one. I was going to do onions, and I remembered that you couldn't plant onions with this planter. You have to get a special one for the onions, I think. So yeah, we'll have to wait and do that next time probably. And then I might even, if I have the money available, buy another field to do another crop in, maybe before harvest. But who knows? We'll see how it goes. Anyway, yes, that contract has been completed. So let's collect the money from that. That's another 10,200 200, so that's good, that helps. And we now have a 20% discount on plot 60, so let's go and buy it. £91,000 discount on that, so that's really good. Not as good as it could have been, but it's a lot better than it was, so we'll buy that, and next time maybe start building the windmill. So we're only going to be paying £365 for that now, which is a lot better. Better than 457, which is what it would have been. So we now own the building plot. So the job now is to deliver the products that are required. It needs cement bags, does it? Okay, we don't have any of those. Yeah, so that's obviously the first job then, cement bags. I think, where do we make those? Not the stonemason, I wouldn't have thought. I'm assuming there's a production somewhere that we can lease and build or create cement bags. The cement factory, I would have thought, somewhere. I don't know where that would be, but there must be one somewhere, hopefully. Otherwise I'm a bit stuck. I'm going to have to build one, and that would cost quite a lot. Well, I'm sure we'll find out. I'll just check to see if any of these ones that I currently own are doing cement bags. I don't think they do, though. I assumed it would be mostly wood, but it turns out, yeah, it does look like it needs cement bags. I suppose I can buy them. It's not the end of the world. I can always buy cement bags if there's no production, because I don't think it's worth building a production for this, depending on how many it needs. It doesn't look like there is one. Not that I can see anyway. Is that one? No, that's a tailor shop. Okay, well, we'll get it done at some point, but that's going to slow it down, because I thought it would just start with wood and stone from the stonemasons, but yeah, anyway, that will be the job for the next few episodes. It's going to take quite a long time to build it, obviously. The castle still needs finishing as well, but at least we've bought it now, we own it, so that's one step forward to being able to start the production, or to start the project, and then we can start, yeah, we can start milling our grain here once it's built, which will be really useful. Anyway, we're going to leave it there for today, so I really hope you've enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.